back to the Broker Power Up podcast, the AIME podcast with strategy, stories, and insights to help you close more loans. I'm Tommy Golightly, joined by Jonathon and Haddad. How are you?
Yes, sir. This will be the first one of the new year when this is posted.
2026.
So I'm excited. I today when we're recording this, I woke up early this morning. I got a 10-hour brisket that I'm making for New Year's.
That sounds incredible.
Yeah, I'm very well. Hopefully it's good because I'm cooking for like 40 people. So I do hope it's good.
No
but
pressure.
I am excited. The house smells fantastic right now.
I bet. I am jealous of that for sure. We are cooking a bunch of vegetarian stuff because we have friends coming over. So I will not have that delicious meat smell.
Yeah,
But,
I'll send you some.
Thank you. Put it in a bag for me. But we have a lot going on today. We have the Broker Buzz, where we're going to dive into the top posts of the week from the Brokers Are Best Facebook group, discuss what's trending, what's working, and what you need to know. Then sales pitch training, where John helps us become better salespeople. And then we'll wrap things up, as always, with story time with John. But first, fortune cookie. And this week's fortune. Make a mess. Oh, no mess this week. Sweet. The month of June will be filled with laughter and fun. You got anything planned for June?
It's my wife's birthday falls in June. Yes, so
that seems fair.
Yes, that's funny that one hit the marker on the head there for me. Yeah, I'm a planner, so I'm already thinking about that kind of stuff. I usually try and do it at least 6 months to a year in advance, just because I don't know, my OCD, ADD, whatever you want to call it. And so I think our month of June will be filled with joy and laughter, especially with what I'm planning. Babe, if you watch this for some reason, which she probably won't, but if she does, as she already knows, I've already got things planned and an agenda put together. I am that kind of person when it comes to birthdays and things for the people that I love most. And she's definitely the one I love most, keeps everything together for me. So that's what it means to me. What about you?
So it dodged all my travel. I'm doing a lot of travel in 2026, probably more than I've ever done in a year, in part due to AIME. But it did nothing in June as of yet. So I think this is either for you or I'll find out later.
We got to save that one. Exactly. We have to come back to this.
We'll come back in June and be like, what do you have planned? Or at the end of June, what did you do?
You know, I'm going to put it in my calendar, mine and yours right now.
Putting it in the little folder of I keep all of the fortunes. One day we'll
June fortune cookie.
What did Tommy do?
Tommy Golightly. All right. It is sent.
Cool.
A meeting request.
All right. Well, let's dive into the Broker Buzz with our first question of the week. Do you have any suggestions or tips for cold calling you can share? Thanks in advance.
Y'all, this is right up my alley. This is what I did for a very, very long time. This is what I still continue to do when it's calling agents, whatever the case might be. So I'm not going to go too deep into this one because it sounds like it's your first time. It's newer for you. So I'll give you 1 or 2 tips on this. Number 1, accept rejection. You need to go into cold calling, especially if you start with the mindset that I want to be told no 100 times. I promise you, if you put that as your framework, you're going to build so much confidence. And here's why. A lot of people, when they start cold calling, it's like, let me try it until I find one win. And then what happens is you don't find the win and you're just devastated. I'm never doing that again. Cold calling sucks. You know these people that post like that. I would never cold call. It doesn't make any sense. Cold calling still provides a tremendous amount of value. There's a lot of data out there. Go look into it yourself. Some of the top real estate teams, some of the top mortgage teams, this is what they continue to do. Some of the top retail mortgage companies, this is how they still continue to do it and still find success. So to say that cold calling's dead is absolutely incorrect. Too many studies out there talk about it. So the first place is put your mindset and frame it correctly. I want to be told no 100 times. And then what happens is if you get that one yes, my gosh, your confidence starts to explode. So that's step 1. The second thing that I'm going to teach you is what is your end goal? So go in with those 2 mindsets. It's how many times am I going to be told no? And then what is my end objective? If you're calling clients, is your end objective, let me get a deal from it? Not a good objective, right? A deal comes from all the work that you're putting in and making sure that you're doing things correctly. This is about building a process. So have a process. So for me, cold calling up front has a lot to do with overcoming objections. That is my only goal, especially if you're new to cold calling, is okay, write down the objections that you're getting. The objections are going to be the same across the board. Who are you? Why are you calling me? I don't need to do anything right now. Don't call me anymore. Stop. Whatever it might be, they're all going to be the same, especially up front. So get familiar with the objections and find a way to overcome those objections. Acknowledge, respond with relevance, pivot. That's the framework that I've taught y'all many times. Acknowledge is, hey, I hear what you're saying. I'm calling you out of the blue right now. I can see how that would be a little bit frightening for you on your end. Rest assured, the reason for my call is because it looks like you recently listed your home, right? If you're a real estate agent, whatever the case might be, respond with relevance and then pivot into something else. So you're going to work on that framework the entire time as you're getting those no's. Those are the 2 steps I would take up front for you to start dealing with cold calling, especially if you're brand new to it. I hope that helps.
Yeah, and the one thing I'll reiterate that I've heard in the industry is the saying is you only need one person to say yes.
That's it. It's a game of numbers. That's all it is.
And our next question. What roles are you replacing with AI and how? Has anyone successfully automated loan level roles or parts of them, such as processing? I worry that I am falling behind on industry implementation by working as a one-man broker shop rather than in retail. I'd be eager to hear how others are implementing this in the broker world.
So, as a sales professional, man or woman, that last part that you talked about, I'm fearful that I'm falling behind, is an industry standard for all of us. So, number one, just accept that pain. That's just going to be part of being in commission sales. Whether you're in retail, whether you're in the broker space, that pain's not going away. How are we leveraging AI right now, whether you're a one man or woman shop or whether you have multiple employees, whatever the case might be? So AI is not in a place just yet where it's replacing processing by any means. But if you are working with the third-party processing company, they'll also be leveraging AI to help increase their efficiencies, right? And that's where the direction and the path that you're going. So where's a place that you can start right now that doesn't impact personal information, or PII is what we call it. So number one, upload Fannie Mae guidelines into your Chat GPT or something of that nature and train it just on Fannie Mae guidelines. So one of the things that I do is I upload Fannie Mae guidelines and then I'll ask it questions. But in my prompt, I say, show me the sources in Fannie Mae's guideline on where you got this specific answer. Because you always want to double check your work. And if you don't have a ton of money or capital up front, you don't want to be spending too much money on having somebody else train or teach the system. There's also a plethora of technology out there right now, certain CRMs that are leveraged through AIME directly that are leveraging this kind of AI. But right now, leverage it for guidelines, leverage it to make sure that you're double checking your work. Upload investor matrices into there. So if you have investors that have all these different types of DSCR loans, then you want to upload each and every one specific and make a separate agent for each one. Chat GPT allows you to do that, and you can build one out like UWM has. They have yellow, they have pink, they have orange. You can create one for each specific category and then go in there and make sure your client is up to date on that specific information. Matter of fact, for those of you that are AIME members, we actually have something right like this right now called the Architect, only for AIME paid members in your portal. All of our AIME lenders are uploaded into this. You can ask it any question, and it'll tell you the AIME lenders with all of their guidelines, all of the matrices, with 99.5% accuracy that it'll give you the right context and right information. So right now, leverage AI for efficiencies, put yourself in a good position to win. You don't need to worry about all these extra gadgets right now, especially if you're a one man or woman shop. If you're doing, 15 deals a year, how can it help me get to 18 deals, 20 deals? How can it give me back 2 to 3 hours a week? That's how you need to be looking at AI if you're a smaller shop, smaller setup. So I hope that helps.
Absolutely. And when you're asking it to cite its sources, if you're using ChatGPT, you can do 2 things. One, you can actually Google them to make sure that they are real. And 2, you can ask it if it made any of them up. It'll tell you. It'll be like, yeah, I made this one up. And so don't just take the sources that it's given as carte blanche is correct.
100%. Because
Yeah.
sometimes it'll do that. So you
Yeah,
got to
it'll be
keep
like, oh
trading
yeah,
it.
I made this one up. It's like, why? But just double check. Last question. Question for you guys who have been in the biz a while. I just completed my first year as a mortgage lender in 2025. I was fortunate to do 25 deals this year and made about 120K. However, this business is obviously variable, and so I am unsure if this level of business will continue to grow. So, my question is, how much money do you recommend keeping in your checking account as a buffer for down months? I already have a fully funded 6-month emergency fund, but I want to have a buffer in my checking in case I'm not closing loans every month. These are the self sourced deals, not company fed leads. And so it's hard to predict my income after just 1 year of data. Can I get some advice?
I love this question. Thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for being transparent with our group. I saw this one, and brokers are best. And I'm glad you pulled it. It's pretty cool that you did. I
I've been
appreciate you,
waiting for
Tommy.
one like this for a while.
Yeah, it's a big deal. And so let's make sure we post this one inside of our Brokers Are Best Facebook group. So this is so common for commission. This happened to me. This happens to everybody. You have one good year and you start to panic like, oh my, can I replicate this? Can I do it again? This is commission sales. I start at 0 every month. So this is going to take you, no matter what I say to you right now, I want you to know this is probably going to take you 3 years before you break this cycle. Right now, you're in the phase of commission sales where it's a lot of emotional regulation needing to occur. Oh my goodness, I did good. There's potential here, but can I do it again? I'm not getting the same pre-approvals. Oh my God, we all do this, and it's okay. So let's break this down for you. Number one thing that was taught to me very early on that took me a couple years to really understand, commission sales is not, don't look at it as a monthly thing. You need to look at it as a yearly operation. So, oh, my January will look like this, my February, and then my April, and oh, back in July, it doesn't matter. Instead of going through these ups and downs, these highs and lows, work on it from a yearly perspective only. Okay, what I'm looking to do this year is up my 125 to 150. What is that going to take from a process and efficiency from my side? What additional time do I need to put in? What could I have done better? So you have to start from that perspective. Change your framework. All right. That's a really big deal that a lot of commission salespeople take years to learn and years to master. But it's something that you can do right now as long as you start having those conversations and being in depth. Now, let's restate your situation. So I wrote this one down. So first full years in the books, 25 deals, $120,000 gross income, fully self-source, fully funded 6-month emergency fund already. This is insane. Just so you know, you are light years ahead of so many people. And then question is checking account buffer, not emergency savings. So this distinction that you put together is very important. Here's the mistake a lot of loan officers make. It's just a lot of commission salespeople make. They break this down into like these 3 buckets. So emergency fund, operating cash, checking buffer, and then lifestyle spending. This is how people feel rich one month and then broke the complete next month. It's because they go into this mindset. So you are asking the right questions is how much should live in checking so slow months don't mess with my head? Because that's really what you're saying is if I have a slow month, do I have enough to pay my bills? This is the correct framework. The way you are positioning yourself already, you're light years ahead. So this is a big deal. This is, think in expense coverage, not income. What is it going to take for me to cover my expenses? What do my expenses look like? And you've already done that. So you've put in the work, you're doing the right things. And I would encourage you to make sure that that account stays healthy, as you've been talking about, but look at it from a separate bucket standpoint. Really break down your expenses. Coming into this year, can you cut any expenses? This is something you should be doing on a quarterly, if not monthly basis, making sure that you're not overspending. And we all go through it. Now, the next piece of it is looking at your business from an efficiency standpoint. Of those deals that you close, how many opportunities are potential refinances coming into next year? Pay close attention to what rates do. If they drop, stay in front of these consumers. Because I'm telling you right now, 25 deals, you should at bare minimum be refinancing at least 30% of those clients will have opportunities coming into 2026 if rates continue on this downward trend that we're seeing right now with the Federal Reserve and interest rates continuing to drop as inflation starts to stabilize. So how much of these clients are going to be an opportunity to refinance? That should get you roughly 7 to 8 deals. So now you have 7 to 8 deals broken down there. Then break your business down into the other categories. All right, I did 25 self-source. How many more additional self-source can you do? So we got 7 or 8 potential refinances. Now you're breaking down into growing your self-sourced business. And so this is how you continue to look and to scale your business, is from an efficiency standpoint. But I'm going to be upfront with you. You are doing it right. You're looking at it from the right perspective. It's never not going to be nerve-wracking. It takes about 3 to 5 years for you to feel that consistency, and then you're going to start getting into a flow. So you're looking at it from the right perspective. Another thing I would do, if you haven't already, is start to look at a potential LOA, start to look at third-party processing. If you're not leveraging third-party processing, find a way to get your time back. If you did X amount of networking events, how can I increase that by 20% while not losing opportunity and not losing income in the long run? This is where your head needs to go. You're doing the right things. You're on the right path, and you are further ahead than so many people. I'll tell you right now, you're way further ahead than I was when I first got into that space. But your mind is what you need to protect. And the most important thing we talk about all the time is emotional regulation. That is what commission sales is. Don't look at it from a monthly perspective. Look at it from a yearly perspective. First year's in the books. Let's make that next year great. And if you fall a little short, that's okay. What can I do better? How can I be more efficient? That anxiety will go away over time, but it takes about 3 to 5 years before you get there. I do hope this helps tremendously.
Yeah, and fighting off that anxiety to allow you to get through the year and to just keep going is so important, because that's what keeps you going.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, if you want your question answered on the podcast, be a member of AIME and join the Brokers Are Best Facebook group. If you are not already, scan the QR code, listen to the ad, and we'll be right back for some sales pitch training.
Are you a wholesale mortgage professional? Well, then the very first thing you need is a community to help you and your business grow. With AIME membership, your community is right here. Joining our community means never navigating the market alone or operating without a safety net ever again. We are 16,000 members strong of united wholesale professionals. From rookies to top-ranking originators, all dedicated to supporting each other's success so we can grow together. Beyond entry to the best community in the mortgage industry, AIME membership gives you the resources, tools, guidance, discounts, services, and support that help you and your wholesale business grow, thrive, and most importantly, close more loans. AIME membership connects you with leading wholesale lenders and vendors, offering you exclusive access, services, and discounts that save you more money while helping you make more money. Never get stuck on a loan again with our lender escalation program. Grow your network and skills with the wholesale industry's best conferences and networking events. Get the strategies and skills of top originators and industry innovators with AIME's cutting-edge wholesale mortgage education, resources, and content. AIME offers all of this and more, starting at a low price of $19.99 a month. You heard it here first, couple cups of Starbucks coffee. For you to learn more and get started, all you have to do is visit aimegroup.com, AIME group.com /membership. Your community is waiting.
And I'm waiting to become a better salesperson. John, what do you got?
All right. Write this down. If I stay clear, they stay calm. If they stay calm, they decide. So one of the biggest things that we can focus on as sales professionals is sell from clarity, not from urgency. And that's what today's sales tip is about. Going into every call, have some sort of mantra. That's the mantra that I use. I love it. It helps clear my brain as I go into a conversation. So for this sales tip, I'm going to keep it simple, short, and sweet. Sell from clarity, not not urgency. So number one, detach yourself from the outcome. So many sales professionals jump into a call really concerned about the outcome. And we talked about it on this episode already. We talked about cold calling. I'm focused on the outcome. I want a deal. I want someone to say yes. That is not what you need to do. When you need the deal, the clients feel it. I don't care what you say. You've all been there, right? We've walked in, we have a place, and I don't know if this is all over the country. I think it is, but like Gardner White. You know, sometimes you walk into Gardner White or any furniture store and you ever notice like they're at the door, and not some are really good. Let me be crystal clear with you. I've met some high level furniture sales professionals, but sometimes you can tell when somebody's absolutely brand new. They're just sitting at the door. Every time I take a step, can I answer anything for you? Oh,
hi. Can I help you?
You tell me, Tommy, you've experienced it yourself, right?
I have.
And you're just like, oh God, it sometimes
just
makes
leave me
you never
alone.
wanna go back.
I'm just looking. Things.
Like, I'm really just looking. Please, my wife isn't even here with me. Legitimately,
I don't know what I'm doing here.
and so even you feel it. And I use that as an example. No knock on our sales furniture professionals. A lot of great ones out there. But just like being a brand new LO, being a brand new agent, your consumers can feel it. So urgency creates pressure. Pressure creates resistance. So number one, detach from the outcome. Number two, anchor to the decision, not the product. People don't buy rates, programs, or features. They are buying relief. They're buying confidence. Some of you might be saying, okay, John, y'all, I worked in retail. Okay. I had 0.5% higher in rate. And we were doing my team of 12. I've told you all this story, 12 or 13 people. I got the trophy still. $1.2, $1.3 billion a year in business. Don't you dare tell me it's all tied to rate and cost. It's not. It's not. I've seen some of your posts too. I lost a deal even though the other person was $1,000 higher, because clients buy confidence. They buy reassurance. Now, there are some clients that literally just care about rates and costs. Fine. Fair enough. But even some of you on here, right? You're just giving up comp right away. No. Stay focused. They buy relief. They buy confidence. They buy time. They buy safety. You're going to have your one-offs, but a majority of clients are not in that boat. So anchor to the decision, not the product. Speak on what the decision is doing for their life. One of the big things for me that I always sell, and I know this is true because I've been doing this now for almost 15 years. When someone comes at me with cost, you know what? I found somebody $1,000 cheaper. I say, I hear you. And that $1,000, I'm not saying it's not real money, but to break it down over a 30-year span, that breaks down to about $2 a month. And to be realistic with you, you're not going to be in this mortgage for 30 years. Working with me, you have the benefit of knowing that when interest rates drop, you have somebody in your corner that's going to reach out to you proactively. This other person, from the sounds of it, sounds like they're just doing a transaction with you. It sounds like they gave you their numbers in 5 minutes or less, simply to undercut me by $1,000. That $1,000 could cost you tens of thousands of dollars in interest because the person on the other line doesn't have your best interest in mind. Now, I'm not saying that's the person that you spoke to. What I am saying is that I did take your calls on Saturday, on Sunday, after banking hours. And that's got to mean something. And I have references and referrals and clients you can call on the amount of times I proactively reached out to them to put them in a better financial position, because your house should not just be a transactional situation. It's a relationship that needs to be built over time. And God willing, when you go to sell this house and buy a new one, you always have that person in your corner. Well, all you got to do is pick up your cell phone and shoot a text message over to me. That's worth $1,000 today for you to potentially save tens of thousands of dollars later. Now, would you like a reference and referral of somebody you can contact, of one of my past clients, to see exactly what I did for them? Come on. Come on, y'all. You mean to tell me that's not winning one opportunity? I tell you right now, it has. It's won me hundreds, if not thousands, of opportunities. And that I believe to be true because that's what I've done. So that's what you're building. And that's when you anchor to the decision, not the product. And then last but not least, lead with structure. Confusion kills deals. You need to have a structure to your presentations. You need to have a structure to your introductions. You need to have a structure to how you pull credit, how you overcome objections, how you deal with problems. And if you don't, go leverage AI, leverage ChatGPT, talk into it, operate how you want to be operated to. Ask yourself this: what confuses you? when someone's selling you something. When you walk into that furniture store that we talked about, how would you like to be sold? You know what I like? I've been sold furniture many of times. And I'll go back to those same people simply because of how they treated me the first time around. They give me that space. They know how to answer my questions. The way they follow up is nice. I still have somebody now. We have Bob's Furniture here close by in Michigan. They'll still shoot a text every once in a while randomly. They'll just check in. Hey, John, hope you love that mirror. We bought a nice mirror from Bob's Furniture. It was on sale. Bob's Discount, by the way. Great place. And just checking in on that mirror. How's it holding up? Ha, ha, ha. I laughed. It was so silly. I laughed. But that's what it means, right? They're leading with the structure. They have a way they check in on people. So those are my 3 sales tips for you today. Detach from the outcome, anchor to the decision, not the product, and make sure that you lead with structure. And remember the one-liner I gave y'all, if I stay clear, they stay calm. If they stay calm, they decide. That is my sales tip for today.
Love it. Yeah. Just being clear helps avoid so many assumptions that may not be spoken by the buyer that they just internalize and just assume different things. But if you're clear and go over all those details and the specifics and demystify, like you said, the $1,000 and what that actually means for them and what you offer, I think just in doing so in a calm voice can really just make the change and save the deal.
It's reassurance.
Thanks for tuning in to this episode of the Broker Power Up podcast. If you found today's tips helpful, do us a favor, hit the like button to let us know you enjoyed it, which helps even more people see this content. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, ring the bell to get notified every time we drop new content. Share this video with a fellow broker who could use a power up, and remember to lead by example, to lift each other up, to grow together, and most importantly, close more loans. Until next time, keep powering up.
Take care, my friends. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.